You know, I could do a little intro, but I heard that there is bacon in the house, so let's just get right to the cooking. Please welcome Chef Randy Feltis.
Thank you.
Pork belly tacos.
It's getting big. It's going to be awesome.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
And I love how you can never, you can never sort of leave your bacon at home. You always got to bring it here for us. Do it up in different ways. It sneaks its way in. Today it's going to be pork belly tacos.
Yes.
Which I think sounds amazing.
Well, it's going to be a little bit cleaner because we're typically, we see a lot of pork belly and it gets a little bit kind of like fatty and kind of things like that. So we're going to try to clean it up.
It sounds a little fatty.
It does sound a little fatty.
It's the belly.
But pork belly's been huge in the UK for the last like 15 years, and now you see it more and more. It's becoming more common.
Yeah.
So today we're going to concentrate on how to do it at home and how to clean it up and present it properly.
Let's clean it up.
Let's clean it up.
Okay. It's still going to taste good though.
Let's get down. Oh, it's going to taste delicious.
Let's get down and dirty.
Let's get down and dirty. Here we go.
What's that?
This is a giant pork belly.
Look at that.
And this is only about half, right?
Yum.
Now, you typically know this is bacon.
Yeah.
But they would smoke it, they would cure it, they would slice it, they would crisp it. You know, we don't need to do that. And we need to do something a little bit cleaner. We're going to take that fat out of it. So let's just take a portion size, right?
Okay.
What do you think? How does
I think that sounds good.
Does that look all right,
so
everybody?
that's one portion.
That's what, well, we can break that down to a few more portions than one. But as you take a look at the side, that's basically what your streaky bacon looks like, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So now we have to season it. But keep in mind, we're going to keep the skin on because we're going to use that later on for crackling. So we want to go double seasoning on the underside.
All right.
So heavy on the sea salt, right? Heavy on the
pepper.
Right?
That's my job, by the way. You just stole it. That's the only job you usually let me do, and you just took it.
I'm sorry. Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Next time. I'm sure you're going to need salt and pepper again.
What we're going to do as well is just a touch. We'll get your salt and pepper at the end.
A little bit of lemon.
A little lemon, and then a touch of olive oil, right? Squeeze that on there.
And so she's ready to go.
She's ready to go. You want to let that marinate 24 hours, even better. We don't really have the time today because we're on TV, but that's okay. So put it into a nice kind of shapely sized dish. And here's where the braising comes in. So we're going to cut it with a little bit of Prosecco, champagne, white wine.
I love the way you
think. You like that?
So should you have definitely the skin up?
Skin up, and what we're trying to do now is later on, as we get through this, we're going to crisp up that skin and we're going to make that world famous crackling that everyone likes, right? So a little bit of chicken stock, right?
And why do you use Prosecco? Like, what are you looking for?
You're just looking for a sharp, crisp wine. You want to do the Chardonnay, you want a little oak in there, you want a Riesling, it's fine. I happen to have this kicking around, it was going flat. Don't ask me how, because it doesn't happen in my house. Right? So it came in today. So now what we're going to do is we just wrap that up and we'd fire it into the oven, all right?
Okay.
So I would say, anywhere from like 375 for about an hour, hour and a half, you're good to go. And it's going to tenderize it and it's going to bring out the fat. So what we have to do now is the salsa for our tacos.
Okay, let's do it.
Tracy, you ready for this?
Yeah.
You're great at this.
Oh, gosh.
You have to husk the corn.
What do I have to do?
So I charred this corn, but here's a little tip. Take just a regular bowl, put it upside down.
Yeah.
Ready?
Do this.
And then down. See
just
what I'm
like
talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Easy
Is that
peasy.
a little bit easier or what?
No, I like this. Okay, so what did you do to the corn? You roast the corn?
I just basically olive oil, salt, pepper, and grilled it, right?
Nice.
And what I'm going to do is a touch of radish over here because, it's summertime. You always have way too many radishes in the garden.
Yep.
All right? And then we have to have apples with pork, correct?
I think it's the right thing to do.
You think so?
Yeah.
So we're going to get some apples going on in there. How's our corn coming?
Good, I'm done.
Well, you better keep going. Here we go. All right. There we go.
Of course.
I got to catch up to you, right?
Yeah.
And then get a little tricky with your knife. If you have a mandolin at home, you can use that as well. But to be honest with you, practice your knife skills. Do a little mandolin kind of thing like that.
Everything looks better with a mandolin.
It does get a little bit better. Just watch your fingers, right? Okay. So now that you're done your second cob, check this out.
Almost.
Let's do this. Ready?
Yeah.
Out it comes. Shaky, shaky. Right?
I just didn't want to slice your finger while you had your hand in there.
Don't worry about my
fingers. Go ahead.
Okay, we do this. We got the corn, we got the salsa, right?
Yeah.
Now, touch of olive oil. Remember that lemon? We're going to mimic that same flavor. Lemon.
Good stuff.
Right? A touch of coriander.
So, I mean, this is the time of year you want to be getting those fresh ingredients, that we have access to.
Well, the corn's right out, the radishes are out of the garden, everything's from the market. You can kind of pick it, and this is what's going to clean up that fat from the pork belly.
It looks great.
Speaking of the fat, let's pretend we're an hour and a half later on. You ready for this? Out it comes, and you can actually take a look and you can see the fat that's come out of the belly.
It's totally shrunk.
It's shrunk right up, right? And it kind of clings to the paper, which is good, but then you can just take a spoon.
It still looks gross, though, huh?
You take that fat out. This is where it stops being gross.
I know it's going to taste good.
It's going to be awesome. Then what we're going to do is we're going to score the skin, all right? You just take a really sharp knife and you kind of do a crisscross pattern. You following me?
I'm following you.
It's going to get a lot better. You got to trust me here.
Oh, I totally trust you.
And we go back and forth like this, right? And then we put it on a tray and we put it under the broiler.
Okay.
Now this is where just this like kind of braised piece of pork belly turns into something fantastic. We ready for this?
So you were watching it for the time it's in like in the broiler, right? Because you don't want things to go crazy.
Check this out.
Look at this. It's like a pork
that is
lasagna.
Like shatteringly,
it looks like a slice
crisp.
of lasagna.
All of a sudden it looks like what is going on there, right?
That looks awesome. So
what we're going to do is we're going to take this taco to the plate. So Tracy, you got a couple bowls beside you over there?
Yes, I do.
In the large one, put the salsa down. We're going to plate it up like that. I'm just going to take this pork belly and just give it a so you can hear the crispness. Turn it upside down like that.
Sounding very good over there, Randy.
Shatteringly crisp. Right? We took the fat out. The crispiness is going to play with the taco. Turn this baby upside down like that. And that's what's going to keep the kids coming back for more. We go here.
Yeah.
Right? Like that.
Put this over here.
Now, let's talk about lettuce.
Okay, let's talk about lettuce. What about it?
What do you normally wrap your tacos with?
Usually a tortilla or a taco shell. I like this. So now we're cutting out our carbs because it is summer.
Just take the cores like that.
Good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit, cleaner.
Yeah.
So we can put this down in between, right?
Cool.
And if we want to go to the plate and actually plate one up, check this out.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is where you have the little assembly line, and everyone can take their little lettuce shell, and then they can take their little piece of pork belly.
That looks pretty stunning.
They can assemble it all together.
Right.
Do you have any spoons?
No, I use my fingers. I actually have spoons,
I don't know.
but we don't use those.
Only do this by yourself then.
Oh no, it's a family gathering, right?
Okay, I guess.
And then look, check this out. Little radish sprouts on top, and because we're doing the pork and the apples. Oh, you got to wash your hands first, but then you get in there and play with it.
Yeah, you don't know what my kids do in the backyard. I don't want them touching the stuff at there.
Don't serve it in the backyard. Or close to a hand wash sink. There you go. We cleaned it up. We crisped it up. Pork taco.
Give them a big hand. That is awesome. Very nice.